leaving me with nothing to do over the summer. I didn't even understand what I'm talking about, but it got better over the time. Hey guys, this is Will. Today, I'm going to share my story of how I became a software engineer at Google. But let's start from very beginning, back in China. In 2014, I started university in Dalian, China. My major was called Intelligence Science and Technology. From the name, you might think this is related to the medicine, but it was actually part of engineering school. The professor who created this major had a big vision of artificial intelligence, so I got a chance to study a lot of machine learning during university. But to be honest, my university life wasn't that productive. I spent a lot of time gaming, traveling, and I didn't really focus much on the studying and doing internships. During my final year, I took Andrew Ng's famous machine learning course on Coursera, which really helped me to solidify my knowledge. Thanks to this course, I managed to land my first job in Nanjing as an algorithm engineer. It's basically a machine learning engineer. My job was to optimize the recommendation system of a video platform. Also, I had a great time there. I realized that I need more advanced industry knowledge, so I decided to go to US. In 2019, I started my master's at UC Riverside, but as you all know, COVID happened at the end of that year, and everything shut up. To save money on rent, I moved to North California to stay with my cousin. Around that time, I also started applying for internships. Unfortunately, the pandemic had huge impact to the job market. Companies were laying people off and internships were almost impossible to find. I ended up not getting any internship, leaving me with nothing to do over the summer, even though there were some internships available for winter and fall. But I don't think that's really helpful for my case, so I changed my plan and directly applied for a full-time job, including position back in China just in case my visa got expired. Luckily, in December 2020, I received an offer from Citrix and started there on May 2021. I started working at Citrix in May 2021, and funny enough, a Google recruiter reached out to me in June, 6 months later after I applied for that position. At first, I was hesitant to leave Citrix so quickly, but hey, that's Google, so I decided to take the interview. Even though I just started working at Citrix, but I still have to go back to interview prepare model. But this time, I tried something different. I recorded myself solving LeetCode problems. Here is what that process looks like. First, I would choose a question I never seen before and carefully read through it. Most importantly, I will call out all of the assumptions and ambiguities when I'm reading the question. Second, I talk through my thought process, starting with a simple brute force approach and gradually improving it. The key of this step is to make sure I can explain my ideas to others clearly. Once I had optimal solution, I'd start coding. In the real interview, I would confirm this solution with interviewers first before I start any implementation. During the code, I would clearly explain each part of the code and review it afterward for clarity. Then, I'd test the solution with examples to ensure it worked correctly. I'd rewatch my recording to find an area to improvement. My first few videos were pretty bad. I didn't even understand what I'm talking about, but it got better over the time. Then, the big day came, the Google interview. I had 5 rounds of interviews in total, 4 coding and 1 for behavior questions. I cannot remember detail about each questions, but I have some moment want to share with you guys. First, regarding programming languages. I chose Python and C++ as a language for the whole interview process. One interviewer knew C++ over Python, but I chose Python for the questions he asked me because I think that would be easier with Python. After finish it, he asked me about ordering a dictionary by keys. But to be honest, I don't know the Python's data structure that can does it. He doesn't know it either, so we looked it up together on the internet. Isn't that funny? We can search together on internet. Another interesting moment is that I didn't realize the dynamic programming would be the optimal solution for a question at the beginning. I started coding with a brute force solution, and in the middle of it, I realized that, dynamic programming would be the best solution for this question. And then I stopped there and started explaining my thought process to the interviewer to explain why I think dynamic programming would be better. And then coded improved the solution. Even though I didn't get it at first place, the interviewer seemed impressed by my thinking process. Last thing, in the final coding round, the interviewer asked me about how would I optimize the solution for a huge data set. Initially, I thought he's talking about memory optimization, so I started talking about moving variables from stack to heap, and then he clarified that he was actually interested in optimizing the computation time, like using multi-thread. Then we start to discuss the trade-offs involved, but unfortunately, we are running out of time. But still, it's an engaged conversation. 1 week later, I received an offer from Google. That is my journey from a university in China to become a software engineer at Google. Before I wrap up, I want to share one more important thing to you guys. Whether you are applying for jobs, starting a business, or facing tough challenges, it's never easy. You will encounter setbacks and probably fail many times, but you are not alone. Failure is just a part of the journey to success. If you stay persistent, I truly believe you can achieve your goals. I know the job market can feel overwhelming today, especially for tech industry. I sincerely hope my story can give you some motivation and encouragement for your own journey. My name is Will. If you like this video, please subscribe and like. And I will see you guys in next video.